Welcome back everybody, welcome back to Sketchable Ride. Now this video is all about the Ducati Monster 797. Now this here is the baby monster. Alright, आपने teaser में अभी तक देखा होगा कि this monster is comparatively smaller to the other motorcycles. Well, at least in terms of engine, it appears much smaller. You see a lot more gap in between the chassis. Now in pure Ducati fashion, well, the chassis here is obviously a trellis frame, whereas basically सारी मॉन्स्टर्स अब तक जितनी भी आई उन सब में ट्रेली फ्रेम है, जो कि एक हाईलाइट है उस मोटरसाइकिल का. इंजन इज द मेन डिफरेंशिएटिंग फैक्टर इन द मॉन्स्टर 797. उसके बाद आपके पास 821 है, 1200 है, लेकिन दिस हियर इज द बेबी मॉन्स्टर, इज द 797. अब 797 में वेल द इंजन इज 803 सीसी. ऑलराइट, इट्स एन एयर कूल्ड इंजन. इट प्रोड्यूस अराउंड 67 न्यूटन मीटर्स ऑफ टॉर्क, 73 हॉर्स पावर, बट वो सब नंबर्स है. ऑलराइट, माय होल आइडिया ऑफ मेकिंग दिस वीडियो इज टेल यू द एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ दैट मोटरसाइकिल. नंबर्स तो आप वेल वेबसाइट पे स्पेसिफिकेशंस में देख सकते हो. Now, when it comes to experiencing the motorcycle, well, the Monster, as the name says, is supposed to be monstrous. आपको एकदम से pull feel होना चाहिए गाड़ी में, आपको engagement feel होनी चाहिए गाड़ी में, मजा आना चाहिए गाड़ी चलाने में, which I think happens in this very Monster. Although ये सबसे छोटी है, for a lot of people maybe उनको power कम लगेगी इस बाइक में. जो आपने टाइटल से पढ़ा होगा कि बाइक किसको नहीं लेनी चाहिए, who should not buy this motorcycle or why not to buy the Monster 797. This question and this answer is specific to those people who are riding fast motorcycles or big motorcycles. All right, the Monster 797 I personally feel has very good features, very good aesthetics, sophistication. It has a lot of beauty into it. All right, but what it lacks is maybe a little bit of equipment. All right, जो बड़ी आपको Monster में equipment मिलता है, that is something which is missing in this Monster. And I feel that somebody who's new to superbiking or riding bigger bikes can go for this motorcycle, can keep it as one of the different options that you have. But then when it comes to somebody who's already riding these motorcycles, I would say skip this motorcycle and go to the bigger version, which is the 821 or even the 1200 if you want to. The 1200 has a single-sided swing arm, beautiful looking machine, full color TFT display, whereas this one here, the 797, does not have a color TFT display. It's a black and white display, which also lacks a lot of information. Like for example, fuel indicator, it does not have a fuel indicator. And for somebody who's riding for the first time और जो नई बाइक में पहली बार चला रहा है, who's new to riding, will definitely need a fuel indicator. Now it does get ABS, but sadly it does not have riding modes. Now, although I would say, in my personal opinion, the fact that it does not have riding modes becomes a little more less complicated for the rider जो कि नई पहली बार चला रहा है इस टाइप की बाइक, because well, when you have a lot of electronics, like for example I rode the Multisada, the XDR over long distances and I loved it. मुझे बहुत मजा है वो बाइक चलाने में, but it's easier for me to control because I've been riding these bikes for a long time. All right, I have a lot of experience in riding these bigger bikes, so it's easier for me. But for somebody who's upgrading from a normal motorcycle, usko he will feel a little difficult to get to used to these bigger motorcycles if they have a lot of power or a lot of electronic gimmickry, which these don't have, or the 797 does not have. All right, so maybe that way for a new motorcycle to start with, it is a very good motorcycle. आपको power ज़्यादा नहीं लगती. It does not suddenly overwhelm you. It's got decent enough power. 73 horsepower is not bad. It's very good for the fact that at least you're getting that whole Ducati feel in it for 10 lakh rupees on road in India. And well, you have a lot of other options if you really want to go to. Even in Ducati stable, you've got the Scrambler, which is one entry point into Ducati, and then you've got the Monster 797, which is another entry point into the Ducati family. But what you really need to decide is, do you need the Scrambler or do you need the Monster? दोनों की feel काफ़ी अलग है. All the engine दोनों के same है, but it's in a different state of tune, it's in a different package. जो आपका overall motorcycle की chassis है, seating position है, आपका instrument cluster है, काफ़ी चीज़ें is different. Actually, apart from the engine, the entire motorcycle is very different. All right, the exhaust is obviously it's almost the same exhaust. Actually, the same exhaust carried over from the Scrambler. But then again, you need to decide कि do I really need a Monster 797? And who needs to ask this question कि first of all आपको ये सोचना है कि is this my first superbike or a first motorcycle that I'm buying? If yes, maybe you can go for it. But if you're riding bigger motorcycles, fast motorcycles already, I would say skip the 797 and go with the 821. This is a very quick review of the Monster 797. It is not really an in-depth review, but what I really wanted to tell you is that I like the motorcycle, alright, as a daily commute, as something that I've been using. I used it for almost a week and a half. The motorcycle was with me and I loved it for my daily commutes. throttle खोलते time I did not feel any uneasiness or anything कि the bike might just skip or little bit sideways जाएगी गाड़ी, but बिल्कुल भी नहीं गई. It's very controllable, and someone with experience like mine will actually fiddle around with in town with like a KTM or a very small motorcycle. Trust me on that. So if you are an experienced rider, I would say skip the 797, go with the 821 or even a 1200. I love the 1200, but if you are new to motorcycling or new to super biking, बड़ी बाइक चलाने में आपका एक्सपीरियंस कम है, I think the 797 is a very good entry point into this motorcycling community, into the Ducati family. And you have alternatives in other brands, but then if it's a Ducati that you want and you want something which is not very overwhelming और आपके budget में भी decently बैठ जाए, so for around 10 lakhs on road, the Monster is a very decent package if you're starting new. Alright, with that said, I want to stop this video right now because now you have a lot more exciting videos coming up on the channel. So do subscribe to the channel. Subscribe किए बिना मत जाना. thumbs up का बटन डालो अगर ये वीडियो आपको अच्छी लगे और आप ऐसे छोटे प्यारे कॉम्पैक्ट रिव्यूज चाहते हो बाइक्स के बारे में, where I don't stretch things too much. Do tell me in the comment box below कि आपको ये वीडियो कैसा लगा, and do you like this style of making a review? I tried something different after a very long time. So with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video. तब तक के लिए bye bye, take care, namaskar people, and ride safe. See you guys very soon.